Kelvyn Boy, what is the first song that you can remember hearing?
First song I can remember hearing since I was alive.
Yeah, since you were alive. First one.
I can't remember the particular song, but I know it's a gospel song.
Okay, that sounds about right. And where were you at?
Home. My father used to sing in church, so he plays gospel music, like strictly gospel music from morning to evening. So
yeah,
it was like, so you're just gonna hear it. It was at home.
But you don't remember the song, right?
I don't remember the particular song, but I know it's a gospel song.
So when you were growing up or coming up around that age, I'm just gonna imagine you're probably what, like 3, 4, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was always gospel music.
Yeah. Yes.
And back then, and which is true. I mean, honestly, for me, Kirk Franklin it was between Kirk Franklin, Biggie, and Tupac that I was listening to. But
really?
Well, what my parents were listening to, right? My dad was playing the hip hop. My mom was going to church every Sunday and had me in there with it. But with the way that the music, and you were born in obviously Ghana, right? Like,
yes.
Was it live instrumentation, or how were you playing it? Was it on cassette tape? Like,
I mean, I can play the keyboard, but I mean, music for me has been part of me because my father used to sing in the church.
Yeah,
I used to watch him sing, so I think I adapted it that way. I adapted it. I don't remember when or how I started learning how to sing.
So if I were to ask you what was the first time or the first moment that you realized music was your vessel of expression, was there an actual particular moment where you were like, no, Daddy, I want to get up there now? Or was it?
Yeah. I found myself doing it. It was, okay, so the church that we used to go is the Seventh-day Adventist church. We go to church on Saturday. You understand? We don't play drums and all of that, so we do a cappella.
Okay.
So, like, almost 99% of the people in the church are like singers. Do you understand? Everybody can sing. So, I grew up singing.
So it was always in you. It was always going to be you. You think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so growing up singing in the church, then your father being also someone who's leading a lot of the vocals in the church, did he have a lot to do with coaching you and training you to be a singer?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
not at all.
How did that work?
He didn't even support what I was doing. I think obviously because he didn't succeed singing, so he didn't want me to also not succeed singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so he wanted me to go to school, go do other things, go be something else. You understand? So, but
look at you now, though.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know. But the most important thing is the blood. It's the blood. So I adopted it easily because he's my blood.
Okay, I was going to say, what you mean the blood? What you mean? Like literally the bloodline.
The bloodline.
It was in his blood. It's in your blood. And you took what and now you've accomplished more than what he accomplished.
It was easier for me that way. He didn't have to do anything again. Okay,
well, let's go to square one. I know square one technically is a church for you, but after or as you grew through the church, and then you decided to branch out on your own and create music of your own and tell your own stories. Let's talk about how all that started and when and where and how. So tell me about the first time you wrote a song.
The first time I wrote a song?
Yeah.
Okay. The first time I wrote a song was the first time I went into the studio.
Okay, so we're going to talk about both of those at the same time, because that was a question too.
Oh.
Was your first time in the studio?
It happened at the same time.
It happened at the same time. Let's tell them the whole story.
That was the first time, so I had nothing in mind. I just they took me to the studio, they dropped the beat, and I started vibing to it. That was the first time I recorded. That was the first time I put headset and record. And that was the first time I wrote a song. Yeah.
What was it about? What was the song called?
Okay, I made 2 songs on the spot.
Okay, damn.
That
How long
day.
did it take you to do that?
Yes. It took me like 3 hours.
All right.
3
Not
hours
bad.
to make 2 songs. Yeah, one was a love song and some other one.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the first time I wrote the song.
So when you started vibing to it, did you did the music is what created the vibe and the words just kind of came after that?
It just kind of came. I think it's the melodies.
The melodies,
I'm
yeah.
a singer, so
Yeah.
it's the melodies first for me.
Were you experiencing love at the time? Is that what you decided? Is that why you decided to talk about it? Or?
Nah. Most of the times I don't relate to what I sing.
Interesting. Why?
But I can say it well. I can express it well and explain it well because that's my job.
Interesting that you say that. Most of the
I don't have
times
to experience it.
you don't have to experience it. How can you channel the emotions in the language of that experience if you can't relate to it?
I put myself in others' shoes.
Okay. You envision yourself in love. How would I love?
I imagine everything.
Yeah.